This is Halfmoon Bay, Halfmoon Island.
said that's it, you know, triple lights on.
Well, that's how I thought. I thought the other one.
And suddenly I'm looking at the brochure.
I actually don't want to go, but really, really want to go. I just love the penguins. There's a chance of seeing whales. I do not
That's
want to go.
just the whole thing. I feel like I've used up every single.
Yeah, I know. You run out, don't you? I keep saying amazing, 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 and I'm thinking, is there another word?
Is there another word?
Isn't it?
And then you go awesome. And then you go fantastic.
Wow.
And then you go.
And the crew must think, yeah, we've heard this one before, yeah, and this before, and this before. No, I really don't
It's
want to go.
just.
I just love it here. It's just so, it's just nature and it's raw.
Yes, yeah. I think that's
And those souvenir shops.
Welcome to Halfmoon Island. This morning we're going to drive ashore as always, swing your legs towards the boat or towards the ocean, life jackets in the blue bin, or you can keep them on. You then head up, you'll see there's a path that takes you up to this first ridge line where the stacks are. There's a small chin strap rookery. Once you get up there, you have the choice of going to your left. You'll go all the way along the snow, you'll pass some penguin highways, just give them right of way. From there you can head down the other side of the island, and that section down is over loose, scree, slope rocks. So that's the only section that's a little bit uneven over the feet. So just be careful there. Everything else is pretty easy walking. You can go down there, around, and come up over there where there's a much larger chin strap rookery. Alright. If you decide to go right, you can follow the flag route down onto the beach on the other side. They've got some whale bones, they've got a Weddell seal holdout on the shore side. So Sean Cod is down on that side. So once you come up, you have the choice of going left or right. You've got plenty of time to do both. There is a continuous shuttle. Please, if you head to the right, follow the flag routes. Do not walk out onto this peninsula to take a photograph of the ship. I know it's very tempting, but there's a lot of birds nesting on that peninsula. So please follow the flag route, and once you're ashore, Chris will give you a final video.
Thank you.
to the left first and do the hard part.
And if you continue on this ridge to stop at the flags that are in an X, there's some nesting skuas around this area.
All right.
Lots to see.
So let's go. There. Please.
Now, what
Yes,
do you have this on today?
It's a whale seal, so don't touch it. It's just right in the background.
Got it.
Now, this looks like a nice waterproof bag.
Yeah, it is.
What brand is this? Aqua. Are there pockets inside of it?
No, it's just a big
Just
hole.
big. All
was
of
kind
them
of the
are.
bummer.
All of them are big holes.
Yeah, it's just a big hole. It would have been nice to have a little place for it. But it is pretty waterproof. It's big.
It looks like a rock, though. It does look like a rock. So it's kind of a speckled looking rock. Oh, hang on. Here, yeah, I'll get it back for you.
Morning.
Are they welcoming us?
Yeah, just well, they're not really paying much attention to us. But, yeah, you get this sort of synchronised display every now and again, and then you see them sort of reach up to the sky, and it's all about showing the head now, and you see the wings start to flap.
Yeah.
And then eventually they let rip. Sometimes you get a pair displaying like here. This pair here with their heads sort of looking down, they've been sort of getting around to mating. They haven't quite got it on yet. But, they're certainly sort of thinking about it. With this lot they're incubating, you see there's one just moving its eggs around here, just rotating them to make sure they don't get cold edge at one edge. And then it all goes quiet. It's peculiar. They sort of build up to a crescendo and then it all goes quiet again. So we're getting quite a few coming and going from the sea. There's two coming up behind you there that landed not far from where you are and marching their way up, bellies full of food. It's a nice little spot. It's getting slowly brighter. So this colony in front have been doing most of the noise. Little gang behind have only sort of let rip once since I've been here.
Huh. Now, are they stopped because you're not quite sure how to go around us? Or?
Yeah, I suspect so. If we just come up this way a little bit, they might come on and walk all the way up. But they'll work their way around this irrespective anyway. But deciding which colony they force, they could be the ones up this side or that side. We'll see where they go. See, when you see them move, you can see the leg is actually not just that little bit we see. You can see it goes quite a way up the body, further way up. Very determined characters, isn't there? What's going on? Going on in there. If you find anyone that walks through the colony, all the ones sitting down are going to have a go at it if it gets too close to their territory, their patch. They've each got sort of a peck distance clear around. Yeah, that one's probably done its bit and is going to head out. It's curious, sometimes we've seen them change over and the other one would just stand around. Another, as soon as they're out, go away. There they go. It sounds like a lot, but when you count when they do it, there's only 3 or 4 at a time, but they just make a phenomenal amount of racket. So when they do it all together, it's known as this sort of sync. Basically, males are going to do more than females, but both will display. And it's all about, this is my patch, I'm here, and if their mate is coming, then it's obviously about attracting them to the right place as well. Males in the springtime are going to do more of the song. Some of with all male bird songs, it's basically males saying, I'm bigger and better than the rules than the male. And to any female, it's come and see me. It's all about attraction. It's all about being different, because with a penguin, the only way really to show off is wave your head back. So if you're up in the Falklands, you're a rockhopper penguin, fiery presence, you're going to wave that back. So these fellas, they've got a white throat. The other two species here are dark throated, so you shove your head right in the air, you wave your wings, and you watch them when they do it. It's like practicing, they give the big quiet, get used to it, and then they start playing. Every now and again they'll give you a quiet bit, and it's silent. get these ones hybridized. Some of the ones like one part of the elsewhere where you get crested penguins together, because you're waving crested, it's similar enough to some hybridization. Very often, like I say, it is such a difference. The other thing, watch them dealing with the rope. That's why I moved the end of it. Some of them won't walk across the rope, others just go straight across the rope, nothing. One of them was picking up and having a look at it. But some of them will walk up to it and get that far from it and go, oh, rope, and run away. It's really funny. I mean, that one there, you can see there was a sort of just that. And yet this is cruel colour. Yeah, but very rarely they're doing that. Some of them are really having a panic over it. No, they can see colour. Bird's eyesight is a lot more complex than ours. Some of them are actually being run into ultraviolet. Some birds, I mean, in Europe we have a thing called blue indicated blue, white, bits of yellow. But when they've actually looked at what birds' eyes can see, and then they've altered cameras to look at it, the blue tip is incredibly accurate. You think they're pretty blue, but as far as birds are much more than that. Male more than female. So they're telling male and female. How far they'll walk carrying stones. Let's see if this one gets it right.
These here are nesting?
Yeah, these are all nesting around here. Anything sitting low, lying low flat is nesting here. Most of them have got 2 eggs that the handful of them will feed. Now, how far are you going to go? My guess he's going to go round to the left of the big crag here, or to the right of the left-hand crag, because that's been the most active site. So they're quite good at hopping their way along, aren't they?
Yeah.
It'll go round the bottom, because if it tries to go through, look, you can see now getting a reaction from those sitting. Those nests are just pecking distance apart. Well, he nearly lost it. Now, down there, are you going to go? Yeah, there you are. Look. And there's the interaction between its mates. Aren't I clever?
Yeah.
That's great.
You did well to pick me here.
Yeah. You reckon? Yeah, if I'm walking past the cabin and hear strange noises, I know. And you can see now that it's all subsided again then. But realistically, most of the display was done a month ago. This is all about just the ritualistic bit, just keeping that bond good and tight. Because you want your mate to sit on the next to you're away feeding, and while you're feeding, your mate is wanting you to come back again. Not here. Apparently they have seen a couple distantly further up, but they're more likely to be up there because the higher colonies start earlier than these. These are just a little bit later. But there is generally a synchronisation because you don't want to be early, you don't want to be late because you're going to be the target of the skewers and giant petrels and so on. Good. That's an interesting thing, the chin straps. Yeah. So basically what we're doing, every now and again it all goes quiet and then you'll see a little bit of display starting, and very often the starting bit is when they just raise the head up in the air. And, do it? No, he's not. But they start to slowly move the wings back and forth and the head goes up and starts to shake. Now some of them they don't follow it through and they just go. But then they go into the full display mode. And we've been watching them. There's been a pair here that have nearly mated a couple of times. They've given up for the moment. And there's one over here that's been carrying stones to and from. It's having a rest. So you just see an egg under the one stood up here. The one that's looking at its toes. You might to my left a bit more. One, no, facing us, looking at its feet. You might come around to my left because I'm slightly tall. The egg is a dirty brown thing, just at the base of its belly there. Doesn't really. No, this is just saying that's my bit. I'm here. This is where we are. And you'll get others. Sometimes you'll get the whole lot will start off doing it all together. Another one going. And that one there has got its mate with it on the nest because they did a switch over a while ago. The one of them walked up the beach, and very often the other mate will then move off and go out to feed. But this one is staying up by its mate.
One going now?
This was the one that's been collecting stones, the one that stood up in the gap to the left there. So its mate is round to its left, and it's been going and down away to the right to find some stone that aren't frozen to the ground.
And this one just stood up to go somewhere?
Yeah, that's him. That's the, well, him, I say, or her, we don't know. There's only one way of telling. We did see that, there was, like I say, it was a pair was thinking about mating, and sort of, he got as far as putting one foot on her back, but that was as much as she wanted.
I got it filmed last time. The
Yeah.
children thought I was crazy, but it was interesting.
It's different, yeah. And then it all goes quiet again.
So they don't make
But-
that much noise, these ones.
Oh, when they get going, this lot do. Hopefully they'll do it while you're here, but only takes a few of them, and an enormous amount of noise for what's in effect 5 or 6 birds. Well, they just switched over.
So
there.
this one's going to go and get
So this
some
one
more
going for
stones?
stones again. Push the other one off his pole. You see, they're quite quick when they want to be.
Yes.
They reckon sort of, you know,
The video camera
walking
coming
speed 3-4 miles an hour. Watch the one coming in from the right here. Which way it'll want to go. Now, this is coming in. This one's full of food coming over. Which way are you going to go?
Oh, this one right here.
Right.
Is it all like this?
Oh, excuse me.
Come this way, Vic. I think it wants to come through here. There we go. So you see when they're walking, you see it isn't just a little foot. They've got a long leg tucked up in the feathers. You can see where the leg is bending from. Like I say, 2-3 mile an hour, you know, same speed as we do out for a stroll. They climb all sorts. Their feet, they've just got 3 little claws, but the underside of the feet, if you find a dead one round, have a look, and they're really ridged. Not deep ridged, but they're ridged. It means they can grip onto things, a bit like the sort of the hard bit of the Velcro fastening. And as I say, we called up the bit of the rope because some of them are having trouble walking over the rope. Others just go straight over it. Well, there is a little bit of the colony around the other side of this block, so we may be going around that way, because if you walk up over there, all your neighbours are going to peck you, so you know, that's why these nests are just peck distance apart. You can see a more individualistic lot than the Adelis who do everything as a group mind. There's an egg you can see on the left hand one stood up.
An egg, yes.
You can see an egg there. You can just see the brood patch opening up slightly as well. So.
Where?
Come to my left here. I'm going to have to come up the bank a little bit. Left hand one stood up.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the egg in underneath. Not a new egg because it's fairly old and dirty. You could say it was adding camouflage, but it isn't really.
What does this lot eat?
This lot are mostly krill eaters, but this lot at the moment are eating a lot of fish. Look at all the poop, it's all white.
That's what I say.
Yeah, so they do eat a lot of krill, but these can be more adaptable and eat fish as well. Yeah, the Adelis are more the true krill eaters. I mean, all penguins eat a mixture, but Adelis eat lots of krill. These are obviously... That's only 2 birds doing all that.
Oh, there are seals over there. There's none there now.
No, they've got seals further down.
Yeah, okay. On the walk to the
That's where the whalebone
Oh,
is.
okay.
Yeah, Sean's down there somewhere.
Okay.
I think the whalebone doesn't need me today. 20 minutes each way.
It's not going to migrate anyway. You know, they did have an elephant seal on view from the other way with the telescope. There they go, a few more singing.
Yeah.
So this bit is known as loud, clamorous display. Perfect description of it.
And what's occasioned it?
Just,
Don't know.
we don't really know all the triggers, but one has obviously got them going and the others are all reacting. There's other times, like just now, you get 1 or 2 will go, but every now and again the whole colony, you can see here they go. And you look at the top of the chest, look how much energy they're putting into that. All about drawing attention to yourself, waving those underside the flippers to show, and showing the underside of a white throat, which is what makes you a chin strap.
Poor old women just like this.
Yeah, there's one running the gauntlet between all the others here. Like I say, if you get too near someone on the nest, you're going to get a peck.
Be quiet while I try to sleep.
Well, you watch some of them sleep through all that noise. This one in front of us is sleeping. I mean, like all birds, they don't sleep for long periods. It's little short cat naps.
Come on, mate. Calm down.
And that's 10 birds now. So you imagine in the spring when they all go at it, You know, hundreds of birds at a time. It must be phenomenally noisy.
The music of warfare on the top.
Yeah.
When he's driving.
It hasn't got the nice
Maybe they're laughing at a joke. Some of them don't have the same sense of humour.
Yeah. Look at all that, like, all look the same. Yeah, same to us. And then it all quite, the top one's up
Yeah,
again.
that's the top
All day long, all night long. Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't want to camp near one, would you?
And what do they do in the winter then?
Leave. They go a bit further off than the Adelies do.
Where do they go? Do they see?
Morning. Most of this lot are all well into the season. They're sitting on eggs. We have had a couple on the right that have now done, but really get round to mating. We've seen it near as the male put the female put on the back, but that's as far as he got. But then they just go back to standing around again. You see, all quiet at the moment, and then at some point the noise will start to build up. And you see, there's like the one there now. They sort of start this slow, exaggerated wing beat, and the head starts to raise up. And some of them follow it all the way through and do the full sort of song, and others just don't. Here, there's one singing on the left. Yeah, it's a real raucous noise. And it's surprising how loud it is. You get 8 or 10 together, it sounds like 100. So when they're really going for it in October, it must be very noisy here, October, November. You watch when they're walking, you always think it's just little feet, but you see where the leg is, you know, it's quite well up the body. There's a long leg bone in there.
Yeah, we saw it down by the whale on the lake of the penguin.
Yeah.
It's
It's surprisingly long, yeah.
It's jointed, and whoever had it didn't bother that to it.
Now, later on in the season, once food sort of starts to die off, because this time of year there's plenty of food, but because nothing really decays, it freezes, there's not a lot of biological decay, the skewers, the gulls, etc., will come back and eat that at the end of the season. Here we go. And you think that was just 2. You can imagine you times that by several hundred, it can get very noisy here. There's 2 on the left just below the rocky crag have been fighting. I was saying, a bit like kids, they've been at it off and on for the last hour. Having a tussle over space. Just sort of tucked in over the top there. Here they go. So it's all about showing off the bit that makes you a chin strap, i.e. a white throat with a chin strap. Because, you know, otherwise it's penguin body, isn't it? Right. So you throw the bit that's different in the air, and here they go. You think that was just 4. You start multiplying that by the numbers of birds here. So they've been curious their reaction in the rope. Some of them have just walked straight across it, not the slightest bother. Others walk up to a body length and then panic. And one of them picked it up and see what it was. It's why I rolled the end up, because some of them just wouldn't cross it until they went down the end of it. So, yeah, they sort of...
Oh, bully.
That was like a cartoon fall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed.
He's got a scar on the top of the neck, the chest, isn't it?
He has?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw that one at the top with the neck mark earlier when it was displaying, so...
He's not happy.
I mean, they can tolerate remarkably big wounds. I mean, they're in clean water, and salt water helps. But the problem they have... Even I'm not loud enough to compete with that. The problem they have, if they damage the feather tracks underneath, if they get cut, so usually from a leopard seal or an orca, do the feathers grow back properly? And of course the problem is keeping warm, because these feathers are so tight knit, there's so many of them, they need to keep warm. And so if you lose a lot of feathers, it causes an issue.
They're not doing the purple thing much.
These have been, but these are a little bit later in the season. And there is one that's been going, you see the 2 displaying here, there's one now that's been going right over there, walking all the way down and up and then dropping the feathers. It's not as much, they're a little bit later, they're already got their feathers. See the egg on this one that's displaying in front here? See where the blue patches open up, you see the egg in there? Yeah. And you remember when we were watching Gen 2, you heard that noise or a similar noise when the skewers were back. Here it's more of a noise between pairs.
I'm not impressed he's trying to find it.
No, and food. Yeah. It's a good little recap, that, isn't it? No, there's several. There's that Spanish paper. There's also, I've got a friend who's did penguins, study penguins, but she's a doctor in penguins. Oh, these two at it again, are they? Yeah. Yeah, Gentoos, well, I think Gentoos are more dozy, they just go, oh, people. These are a little more wary, but they're generally, pretty good. I mean, we've been back and forth here for several hours now, and they're just carrying on. But then the only thing they've really reacted to, saying some of the others just now, is the rope. Which is why I rolled up that end, because it's given them an access. Some of them would just walk straight across and No. Well, it's funny, it's very much an individual reaction. Some of them will get to a body length and that one just walks straight across it, not the slightest bit worried. These are eggs, apparently further around where they're looking up the hill a bit more. They're slightly earlier starting because they are on the hill. Apparently there's some very small chicks there, but they're not showing very well because they're being incubated. Yeah. But these all I've seen so far have been eggs, but they're not even showing those very often because they're just lying tight. Alright, cool. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they saw. Oh yeah, there's a whale of some description out there, a long way off the ship. You go right of the ship, you've got a very dark little rocky lump on the ice floe. Down right of that.
There were two out there this morning.
Were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was right, over
Just blowing now. Yeah, come back. Yeah, see it back.
Possible to see caution now, or are we too late for that?
One of them is, yeah, there's a group on the way back, so Robin doesn't have to do too.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, see you back on the ship later.
out there.
Quite quickly when they want to.
Yeah, they have such balance, right? They don't have to look where they step. They just automatically
Keep them going, yeah. I reckon they're doing for 2 to 3 miles an hour, pretty much the same kind of speed as we do as a storm. And going from there.
Oh, there's a
Very friendly with it.